Right, so I'll just continue from where I left off. Something made Maggie look up from her stitching. The bairns were alright. Annie was playing in the dirt with Mary Robertson's daughter, and Joe chasing a dog along the cobblestone cop, each barefoot slap an unwelcome reminder of shoes. She looked around and saw Jack at the top of the ladder, struggling to drape a massive net over the bridge without spilling his beer. He smiled and she waved. It felt like Carnival Day. The first time in weeks they'd managed to shake off the fear and enjoy themselves. Free beer helped. Backward and inbred. That'll show him, said Seth, wiping sweat from his brow and whistling through his broken tooth, for his father hit him with a poker as a boy. Aye, said Davy, handing him a beer. When they come a knocking, we'll not let them in. Aye, said Seth, when they come crawling on their knees, begging for help, black and stinking with pox, puss weeping from their sores, crying out in God's name for mercy, we'll not let them in. It'll be so sweet. Aye, said Davy, eyeing Seth early. Sweet. 2 days earlier, the Crofters had gathered in the village square by the War Memorial to decide what must be done. We have our own wells, our own livestock, grain and fruit supplies. He stopped, peered dreamily at an undefined point on the horizon, turned slowly, and raised his hands. And we're surrounded by food. A roar went up. Half laugh, half cheer. Bull Henderson. Father John had called the committee meeting for dusk. But as he'd arrived, Henderson was already amidst a little preliminary rabble-rousing with the fishermen and their wives, so many of whom had inexplicably turned out early. The sea. She's never let us down. They'll be our provider and our protector. This is our home, our castle. He gestured towards the town wall. And we have the greatest moat in the land. The cliffs protect us to the east. All we need do is fortify the bridge, and we're an island. He paused and changed tack, allowing them time to absorb before lowering his tone to intimate and conclusive. He came down from the podium and stood among the crowd. We sit tight, self-contained, self-sufficient, just like it used to be. Our forefathers survived without them, and now, if we want to survive, we must prove we can too. They drew straws and Jackie Stubbs took the stand next. Sensing the mood of the crowd, the fat-faced publican made a diplomatic decision to follow the balance of power. It's our only logical option, he blustered, jowls wobbling, spittle flying, as he tried to whip up some credible indignation. Few had ventured beyond the bridge in the past weeks, and now, since the fires were seen, it's good for trade, he told himself, trying to believe he was hard-nosed and self-serving rather than cowardly and servile. 48, his days were occupied by his business, his wife, and his refusal to admit that the civic power he had inherited from his father, along with the Ship Tavern, had been squandered in pursuit of easy living and profiteering. He caught bullseye and was thrown by confusion as the big man tossed him a conspiratorial wink. It's too late now. We must think of ourselves, our families, our livelihoods. What was Bull's scheme? They're on their own.